Hi, my friends. I just want to welcome you today. I have a short message again for you today that I find of great interest. As you know, most of us are usually focused on our own countries. If you live in the U.S. like I do, we're focused on a lot of the problems that we're having here, and we have an election that's coming up and is causing a lot of division for the United States, and really some bad players also are in the midst of all that, trying to bring a Marxist communist type agenda. If you're in other countries, I know a lot of you are battling the same kinds of things. It's becoming a global issue that we're dealing with. But what I want to encourage you to do is, don't forget that we want to keep our eyes on the Lord, the Father, the Son, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. And with that, when we do that, we want to keep our eyes on what's going on in Israel and the Middle East. And why do I say that? It's because what's going on in Israel and the Middle East and some other countries who are going to also be players in the end times are going to help us to see the timeline of when Jesus is going to return and when the end times will happen. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to know the exact time or date, but we know from the scriptures it talks about watching the seasons, watching, the signs that the Lord gives us. And he gives us a lot of this information in the Old Testament, in a lot of the prophets' books. And in particular, today, I want to encourage you to watch a video that I'm going to post. It's actually from the Prophecy Depot with Bill Salus. He's he's been looking into end time prophecies in the Bible since probably 9/11 for us in the United States. So he is so knowledgeable of what's going on, and he can help us tie together what's going on in the Old Testament and prophecies and tying it to what's going on today, so that we can see the timeline, like I said, of our clock of when the end times will come. So I would like you to watch this video. I think it's important. It was done about a month ago. It's August 2024 today. So we're talking sometime in July that he did it, but I think it's still pertinent information. What he's going to be going over today is the different wars that are going to occur with Israel. We have, the Iranians, who are being really bad players lately in our world, and in the Israelite world. There's so many proxies that are being funded by Iran who are trying to destroy Israel. So what we see in the end times are, different wars that come up is the Iranians are going to have a double trouble. And that's in you can see that in probably Jeremiah 49 when it speaks of Elam. That's part of Iran. You hear about Damascus, but that's not quite part of Iran, but it's going to run parallel to Jeremiah 49. We see Psalm 83, which talks about the different wars, and then you have Ezekiel 38 and some parts of 39, which is Persia. So whenever you see Elam and Persia, that's old time. You could relate that to today's Iran. Very interesting video. I think it's very educational. I think that everybody needs to keep track of what's going on. I think it's so important that we keep track of the timeline so we know as Christians what to do, how to pray, and how to stick together. So that's my message for you today. I hope that you can take a look at Bill Salus's video. Very good video. So we'll talk soon, okay? Thank you. And stay strong, keep watchful. We see in Ezekiel, 1 Corinthians 16:13 to be watchful. So stay watchful. Don't put your head in the stand, but stay watchful. Talk to you soon.